Think you're eating healthy? What if I told you that 4 of the most popular nuts, the ones doctors often recommend, could be quietly making your golden years harder than they need to be? If you're over 65, these everyday snacks might be fueling silent inflammation, worsening arthritis, and even clouding your memory. You've worked too hard for your health to be hijacked by something so small and so sneaky. The truth is, not all healthy snacks are senior-friendly, especially when your body's changing with age, and yet, millions are munching on these daily, unaware of the hidden toll. But there's good news. Just a few simple swaps can help you reduce pain, protect your memory, and feel more energized. Want to know which nuts to avoid and what to eat instead? Stick with me, because this might just change the way you snack forever. If you're serious about aging well, with more energy, less pain, and a sharper mind, you're in the right place. At Healthy Wise Living, we're all about practical, science-backed tips that actually work for life after 60. No fluff, no gimmicks, just real advice tailored to your stage of life. So, if you're ready to take charge of your health, stay independent longer, and feel your best every single day, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll be joining a growing community of vibrant seniors who are rewriting what it means to grow older. One smart choice at a time. Let's walk this wellness journey together, because your best years can still be ahead. Hi, welcome to Healthy Wise Living, and I'm here to help you make the most of your golden years with real, easy-to-follow tips that actually fit your lifestyle. Whether you're dealing with stiff joints, low energy, or just want to keep your mind sharp, everything I share is rooted in the latest research and tailored for those of us over 60. I've spent years studying what really works, not just for looking good, but for feeling good, staying mobile, and living independently for as long as possible. My passion is helping people like you cut through the noise and take small steps that lead to big results. So, if you're ready to age with confidence and vitality, you're in the right place. After 65, your body starts sending signals that it's time to pay closer attention. Slower mornings, stiffer joints, more brain fog than usual. But what many don't realize is that these aren't just signs of aging. They're often signs of chronic inflammation bubbling under the surface. You might not feel it like a sprained ankle or see it like a rash, but low-grade inflammation is quietly working against you every single day. It's one of the root causes of the things that frustrate us most as we get older. Arthritis flares, muscle loss, weight gain, heart issues, even trouble remembering names or finding the right words. And here's the real kicker. Inflammation doesn't come out of nowhere. In fact, it's heavily influenced by what you do and what you eat, especially as your body becomes more sensitive with age. You see, after 65, our immune systems naturally become less efficient. They don't respond as quickly to infections or injuries, and sometimes they don't shut off when the job is done. That's when inflammation sticks around, not to help you heal, but to slowly wear your body down. Think of it like a fire alarm that never gets turned off, constantly blaring in the background, stressing every system in your body. Now, one of the biggest triggers for this type of chronic inflammation, surprisingly, your daily diet. And some of the worst offenders are foods we've been told are healthy. Nuts are a perfect example. Yes, nuts can be packed with protein, fiber, and good fats, but not all nuts are created equal, and not all of them play nice with an aging body. Some contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids, which, in the right balance, are essential. But when consumed too often, especially without enough anti-inflammatory omega-3s to counter them, they can tip the scales toward inflammation. Imagine you're eating what you think is a healthy snack, a handful of nuts every day. But instead of helping your body, those particular nuts are adding fuel to the fire, making your joints ache more, slowing down your metabolism, and even interfering with how clearly you think. And the truth is, most seniors don't even realize it. We're told, grab a few nuts instead of chips, and that's a good instinct, but only if you're choosing the right kinds. This is why it matters so much after 65, because your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. A little inflammation in your 30s, you recover quickly, but now that same inflammation lingers, drains your energy, and makes everyday tasks harder than they should be. But here's the good news. Inflammation isn't a life sentence. It's not something you're stuck with. By being more intentional about what you eat, even just swapping out a few common nuts for better alternatives, you can dramatically reduce that internal stress. You can move easier, think clearer, and even sleep better. It's not about cutting out everything or going on a restrictive diet. It's about making smarter, age-appropriate choices that work with your body, not against it. That's what healthy, wise living is all about. So if you've been feeling off lately, a little slower, more tired, or just not yourself, it might not be age. It might be inflammation. And the first step to turning things around could be sitting right in your snack bowl. In just a moment, I'll show you which 4 common nuts to avoid, why they cause issues for seniors, and what you can enjoy instead to help cool down inflammation and feel your best. Naturally, most people think of nuts as one of the healthiest snacks out there, and in many cases they are. They're easy to grab, packed with protein, and seem like a smart alternative to chips or sweets. But here's the surprising truth. Not all nuts are good for you, especially as you age. In fact, one of the most popular nuts on the market, a so-called heart-healthy favorite, could be silently working against your health. This particular nut can trigger inflammation, raise your blood pressure, and even interfere with medications many seniors rely on. And yet, it's often praised on health blogs and recommended in trendy diets. The problem? Its high omega-6 content, combined with certain plant compounds, can disrupt the delicate balance your body needs after 65. Even more concerning, this nut is often roasted in unhealthy oils and heavily salted, which adds even more stress to your heart, kidneys, and joints. It might taste great and even be marketed as a smart snack, but for older adults trying to stay sharp, mobile, and pain-free, it's doing the exact opposite. Now, I'm not saying all nuts are bad, far from it. Some are actually incredible for seniors. They fight inflammation, support brain health, and even help protect against age diseases. And the best part? You don't have to give up snacking or go on a boring diet. The key is knowing which nuts to skip and which ones to enjoy. And that's exactly what I'll break down in just a moment. I'll walk you through the top 4 nuts that could be silently contributing to your joint stiffness, memory slips, or stubborn fatigue, plus some easy, delicious swaps that your body will thank you for. And remember, one of the worst offenders is a nut most people think is good for them. I'll reveal which one it is at the end, so make sure you stick around. Your next handful might just be the turning point your body's been waiting for. Let's talk about the 4 best nuts seniors should be eating daily, not only because they're tasty and satisfying, but because they're powerful allies in your fight against inflammation, memory loss, and heart trouble. These nuts aren't just snacks. They're little nutritional powerhouses that support your health exactly where it matters most after 60. Your joints, your brain, your heart, and your immune system. And unlike some so-called healthy nuts that can cause more harm than good, these are backed by science and perfect for aging bodies. 1. Walnuts, the brain and joint defender. Walnuts are at the top of our list for a reason. They're one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which your body uses to reduce inflammation and support brain health. As we age, our brains naturally shrink a bit, and cognitive functions like memory and focus can start to decline. But omega-3s have been shown to slow that process down and even protect against diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. They help keep your brain cells flexible and functioning at their best. But that's not all. The anti-inflammatory benefits of walnuts also make them ideal for your joints. If you struggle with arthritis, stiffness, or soreness, a small handful of walnuts each day can actually help reduce the swelling that causes pain. And for your heart, omega-3s work to lower bad LDL cholesterol and raise the good HDL kind, helping your arteries stay clear and your blood flowing smoothly. Just a quarter cup of walnuts a day is enough to start seeing benefits. Raw or lightly toasted is best, and skip the sugary glazed versions. 2. Almonds, the antioxidant powerhouse. Next up, almonds. These little guys are rich in vitamin E, one of the most important antioxidants for aging bodies. Vitamin E helps protect your cells from damage caused by free radicals, which contribute to aging, inflammation, and chronic disease. What's especially great about almonds is how versatile they are. Snack on them plain, slice them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or even use almond butter on toast. Almonds also contain magnesium, which is critical for bone strength, muscle function, and maintaining steady blood sugar levels. All key concerns as we get older. And if you're watching your cholesterol, almonds are known to help lower total cholesterol and improve heart health over time. They also contain fiber and protein, which means they help keep you feeling full and satisfied without spiking your blood sugar. A small handful a day, about 12 to 15 almonds, is a perfect portion. Choose raw or dry roasted almonds with no added salt or oil. 3. Brazil nuts. The immune system booster. Brazil nuts might not be as common in your pantry, but they're a true secret weapon for seniors. They're one of the most concentrated natural sources of selenium, a trace mineral that plays a huge role in immune function, thyroid health, and reducing oxidative stress. Selenium is especially important for older adults because our bodies tend to absorb and retain it less efficiently as we age. Low selenium levels have been linked to fatigue, brain fog, and even mood swings. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day is all you need to meet your selenium needs. That's the beauty of them. A little goes a long way. In addition to selenium, Brazil nuts also contain healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc, all of which help support your metabolism, nerve function, and joint health. But don't overdo it. More is not better with Brazil nuts. Too much selenium can be harmful. Stick to 1 or 2 a day, and you're golden. 4. Pistachios, the protein plus anti-inflammation hero. Last but not least, pistachios. These vibrant green nuts are packed with nutrients that are especially helpful for seniors. They contain high-quality protein, fiber, and a unique blend of antioxidants that fight inflammation and support heart health. One of the standout compounds in pistachios is lutein, which helps protect your eyes from age macular degeneration. If your vision isn't what it used to be, pistachios are a smart snack to keep on hand. They're also rich in plant sterols, natural compounds that help reduce cholesterol levels. Plus, they have potassium, which supports heart rhythm, muscle contractions, and healthy blood pressure. And here's a fun fact. Pistachios are one of the only nuts that give you a little built-in portion control because you have to shell them. Studies have shown that people who snack on in-shell pistachios tend to eat less while still feeling full and satisfied. Aim for a handful a day, around 30 pistachios. Choose the unsalted variety to avoid extra sodium, which can creep up fast, especially if you have high blood pressure, bringing it all together. Now here's what's so powerful about these 4 nuts. They don't just help one part of your body, they work together to support your entire system. Walnuts keep your brain sharp and joints moving. Almonds guard your cells and steady your blood sugar. Brazil nuts give your immune system the selenium it craves. Pistachios protect your heart and even your vision. Together, they create a daily habit that's easy, delicious, and deeply healing from the inside out. No trendy diet, no hard-to-find supplements. Just 4 simple snacks that you can rotate or mix into trail mixes, yogurt, cereals, or smoothies. And the best part? You're taking back control, giving your body the support it actually needs as it changes with age. You don't have to feel like you're slowing down or losing your edge. Small choices like this are how you stay vibrant, mobile, and independent for years to come. In just a moment, we'll cover the 4 nuts that do the opposite, the ones you'll want to avoid or limit, especially if you're over 65. One of them is likely sitting in your kitchen right now, and while it might look innocent, it could be contributing to everything from joint pain to memory fog. Stick with me, you won't want to miss what's next. Quick question for you, are any of these healthy nuts already a part of your daily routine? Maybe you start your morning with a sprinkle of almonds in your oatmeal or enjoy a few walnuts as an afternoon pick-me-up. I'd really love to know. Take a moment and drop a comment below with your favorite nut and how you like to enjoy it. Roasted, raw, in a smoothie or salad? Your ideas might just inspire someone else in our Healthy Wise Living community to try something new. And if you learned something helpful so far, give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people just like you discover these tips and take control of their health. This channel is all about sharing, learning, and supporting each other as we age with strength, confidence, and joy. So don't be shy. Your voice matters here. Let's turn the comment section into a place of encouragement and great ideas. I'm always reading your comments, and I love hearing your stories and tips. Now that we've covered the 4 best nuts to support your health after 65, let's shift gears and talk about the ones that might be quietly working against you. Some of these may come as a surprise, especially since they're often marketed as healthy. But when you look at what they actually do inside an aging body, the picture becomes much clearer. Let's break down the 4 nuts you may want to avoid, or at least eat with caution, if you're aiming to reduce inflammation, support brain health, and protect your joints. 1. Peanuts, especially roasted in oil. Peanuts are everywhere, in trail mixes, snack bars, even those little bowls at restaurants. But here's the truth. Peanuts aren't really nuts at all. They're legumes, which means they behave differently in your body than almonds or walnuts do. The biggest issue with peanuts, especially when they're roasted in oils, is their inflammatory potential. Most are roasted in low-quality vegetable oils like soybean or peanut oil, both of which are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. And remember, excess omega-6s without enough omega-3s to balance them out promote inflammation, not fight it. Even more concerning, peanuts are one of the most common sources of a mold toxin called aflatoxin. While the levels in U.S. food are regulated, aflatoxins have been linked to liver issues and may worsen inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those with weakened immune systems or chronic conditions. If you really love peanuts, opt for organic, dry-roasted versions with no added oil and eat them sparingly. Otherwise, consider swapping them for almonds or pistachios, which are easier on the body and far more nutrient-dense. 2. Cashews, salted or flavored. Cashews are delicious, creamy, buttery, and hard to stop eating once you start, but for seniors, they come with some important red flags. First, cashews are high in oxalates, which are naturally occurring compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation, especially if you're already at risk. As we age, kidney function can slowly decline, even if your labs look normal. So anything that stresses the kidneys is worth paying attention to. Second, many cashews come heavily salted, flavored, or roasted in oil, all of which increase sodium intake and add unnecessary calories. Too much sodium is a major concern after 65, especially if you're managing high blood pressure, heart issues, or fluid retention. The occasional raw or lightly roasted cashew is okay in moderation. But if they're a daily go-to or you prefer the salted/flavored kind, they could be silently fueling inflammation and mineral imbalance, which may explain that lingering fatigue or joint stiffness. 3. Macadamia nuts. High fat, low nutrients. Macadamia nuts have become trendy in recent years, especially with keto and low-carb diets. And while they do contain healthy monounsaturated fats, they don't offer much else for the average older adult. The problem isn't that macadamias are inherently toxic or dangerous, it's that they're nutrient-light compared to other nuts. They're extremely high in fat and calories, yet offer far less protein, fiber, or key vitamins than almonds, pistachios, or walnuts. This means it's easy to overeat them, and because they're not very filling, they don't provide the same satisfaction. For seniors trying to manage weight, blood sugar, or cholesterol, macadamia nuts are often a poor return on investment. They also tend to be sold in high-end snack mixes with added oils, salt, or sweet coatings, which cancel out any potential benefits. If you enjoy the occasional macadamia, keep it small and infrequent. But as a daily snack, there are far better choices. 4. Flavored mixed nuts, the sneaky troublemakers. Here's the biggest trap of all, flavored mixed nuts. You've seen them. Sweet chili, honey roasted, BBQ, even smokehouse. They're tasty, addictive, and seem convenient, but they're often loaded with hidden ingredients that do more harm than good, especially for older adults. These mixes typically contain excess sodium, which strains your heart and kidneys, preservatives and chemical flavorings, some of which can trigger inflammation, added sugars that spike blood sugar and worsen insulin resistance, low-quality oils like canola or palm oil that promote inflammation. Even worse, the nuts used in these blends are often the cheapest, least beneficial kinds, like heavily processed peanuts or cashew. What looks like a healthy snack may actually be spiking your inflammation, increasing blood pressure, and leaving you feeling more sluggish over time. And because they taste so good, portion control becomes nearly impossible, making it easy to consume hundreds of extra calories without realizing it. The bottom line, at the end of the day, not all nuts are created equal, especially when you're over 65. While some can support your brain, joints, and immune system, others can quietly increase inflammation, strain your organs, and undo your best health efforts. Let's quickly recap the 4 nuts to limit or avoid. Peanuts, roasted in oil, linked to mold, inflammation, and processed oils. Cashews, salted/flavored, high in oxalates and sodium. Macadamia nuts, high in fat, low in essential nutrients. Flavored mixed nuts, packed with additives, salt, and unhealthy oils. Making just a few small swaps, like replacing salted cashews with raw almonds or ditching mixed nuts for a handful of walnuts, can lead to noticeable improvements in how you feel, move, and think. Coming up next, I'll reveal the one most inflammatory nut that often hides in healthy snack bags and what to enjoy instead. It might just be sitting in your pantry right now. Don't miss it. Your next snack choice could make a big difference. Let's bust a common myth real quick, because it might just change the way you snack. You've probably heard that raw nuts are always the healthiest option, but here's the truth. Raw isn't always better, especially for older adults with sensitive digestion. As we age, our digestive system naturally slows down. The stomach produces less acid, and nutrient absorption can become less efficient. That means those super raw nuts might not be breaking down the way they used to, leading to bloating, discomfort, or missed nutrients. Here's where the myth gets flipped. Lightly roasting your nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, or pistachios, can actually make them easier to digest and their nutrients more bioavailable. Light heat helps break down some of the natural phytic acids and enzyme inhibitors found in raw nuts, which can otherwise interfere with how your body absorbs minerals like iron, calcium, and zinc. And no, we're not talking about the oil-soaked, salted, or heavily flavored kinds. To keep things clean and healthy, choose dry roasted nuts, no added oils or seasonings, or roast them at home on a baking sheet at 250-275 dF for about 10-15 minutes, just until fragrant. This simple step can make a big difference, especially if you've ever felt sluggish or bloated after eating nuts. And for those with sensitive teeth or dental issues, light roasting also softens the texture just enough to make chewing easier, reducing strain while still delivering all the goodness your body needs. So remember, it's not about raw versus roasted, it's about how they're prepared and what works best for your body. Your health journey is personal, and small adjustments like this can make your snacks more satisfying, digestible, and nutrient-rich. Stick around, because up next is the final reveal, the one nut you should absolutely limit or eliminate if you're trying to reduce inflammation and stay sharp as you age. You might be surprised if you found even one helpful tip in today's video, whether it was which nuts to choose, which to skip, or how to make them easier on your body. Go ahead and tap the like button. It's a simple way to say, yes, this was useful, and it helps more people just like you discover honest, age-smart wellness advice. Know someone over 60, a spouse, a neighbor, or friend who's trying to eat better or manage inflammation? Share this video with them. You never know who might be silently struggling with fatigue, joint pain, or memory fog, and one small change could bring big relief. Here on Healthy Wise Living, we're building a warm, supportive space for seniors who want to live with more clarity, comfort, and confidence. It's about real solutions, not fads or gimmicks, tailored for the season of life you're in right now. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. We've got more coming your way. From smart food swaps to simple movement tips, memory boosters, and natural ways to feel your best every single day. And if you've got a question, a favorite nut recipe, or even a wellness tip of your own, drop it in the comments. We read every single one, and this channel is better because of you, your stories, your wisdom, your voice. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. Your health truly matters, not just for how long you live, but for how well you live. Keep taking those small, smart steps forward, and I'll see you in the next one.